Now, let us understand about the eating habits. What are the eating habits? Different animals have different type of food they eat. So, in the same way, the structure of their mouths are different. Like goat, cow, deer, buffaloes. They have same kind of mouth structure because they are herbivores. So the type of the structure of mouth depends upon the type of food the animals eat. Herbivores have sharp front teeth for cutting and biting grass or leaves, which makes their teeth broad in the back because they need to chew it or grind it afterwards. So they have sharp front teeth. Herbivores like goat, cow, deer, buffalo, they all have, as you can see here in the picture, the front teeth are sharp to cut or bite grass or leaves, and they have grinding teeth at the back. That is, these teeth are broad to grind it or to chew it properly. Then if we talk about carnivores, carnivores are flesh-eating animals like tiger, wolf. They have sharp front teeth and strong jaws to tear the flesh because they are carnivores, so they eat the flesh. To chew the flesh, they need to have strong jaws. So in the same way, they have strong jaws to tear and sharp front teeth to tear the flesh. Here it is, carnivores. They have sharp pointed, like here it is pointed because they need to tear the flesh, and strong jaws to grind it, to chew it. Tigers, lions, and wolf. Now, animals like snakes, they just swallow their food, so they do not have teeth to chew it. Okay. Now, if we talk about these birds, as we can see, they have pointed beak or hooked beak, and they have strong claws. Why? Because they need to hold the food and to tear it. They have hooked beak. So these claws and beak help them to tear the flesh easily. We humans are omnivores. Like we eat plants also and animals also. So we have very developed canines. Means we have sharp incisors also, canines and molars and premolars because we eat all kind of food. So omnivores eat plants and flesh both. They have well developed canines for tearing flesh, broad and flat molars for crushing plant metals. Okay. Now if we talk about insects like mosquitoes, bugs. Mosquitoes suck blood of other animals, or we can say they depend upon blood of other organisms. So they have a tube like, very sharp tube like needle which just they put into the other organism and then suck blood of other organisms. Butterflies and bees also have long slender sucking tubes called proboscis to suck nectar from flowers. They have also long kind of tube which sucks nectar. What is nectar? Nectar is the liquid from flowers on which they depend. Frogs and lizards. Lizards have long sticky tongue on which they just stuck the animal or their food and then ate it. Have long sticky tongue to catch their prey. Prey means their food, like insects and worms. After it, the last type of adaptation is movement. Like we all know, every animal has different ways to move. So they have different body structures. If we talk about aquatic animals, they have special organs to swim. Like turtle have their limbs. What are limbs? Limbs are like hands or legs which help them to move. So turtles have pedal like. We can see that it is pedal kind which pushes the water back to swim in the water. Fishes have fins to swim in the water. So in the same way, like penguins, they have two forelimbs, these forelimbs, which help them to just push the water back. They use it as flippers. Okay, and penguins also, they also have 2 feet that uses for walking on land, and they have again flippers. So they have flippers to swim in water and legs to walk on land. Okay, if we talk about fishes, they have tails and fins. These tails are used to change directions, and fins also are used to change directions. Frogs have webbed feet. If we all have seen frogs, here, as you can see, a frog have webbed feet. They have less space between the fingers. They all are joined together, which help them to again push the water. Along with webbed feet, they have their hind legs. Hind legs means the legs at the back, two at the back and two in the front, which help them to jump. Or we can say that whenever they jump from one place to another, they have their hind legs. Now insects have 6 legs, which used for movement. Like grasshoppers use their hind legs to hop. Many insects who have their wings, they use their wings to fly in the air. But few animals like leaves, bugs, termites, they do not have wings. They just crawl to move from here and there. About birds, we all know birds have their wings. But few birds, instead of having wings, in spite of having wings, they cannot fly in the air because they are too heavy. Birds are ostrich, kiwi and emu. They cannot fly. So they are flightless birds. The birds which can fly, they have hollow bones. Hollow bones means light bones and light body, which help them to fly in the air. The birds which cannot fly, they have long legs or small legs to move from one place to another. They are called flightless birds. Now let us discuss about movement of reptiles. All reptiles have scales on their bodies which help them to move. Snakes have only scales to move. And how do they move? They move by contracting and expanding its muscles. But few reptiles like chameleon, crocodile and lizards, they have limbs also. These are forelimbs which are in front, and these are hindlings which are at the back. So they have limbs also to move from one place to another. As snakes do not have limbs, but it has plates instead of limbs, which help them to move its body forward or backward. Mammals like cows, camel and we human beings also, we have 4 well developed limbs. That is, if we talk about cows and camels and buffaloes and goats, dogs, cats, they use them for walking and running. Human beings use 2 hind limbs like we use. 2 hind limbs are, 4 limbs are arms, and other 2 limbs are our legs. Hands are used to do many work. We know where we use our hands. Likewise, holding things and catching, throwing, writing, many things. And then we use our hind limbs like legs for walking and running. Okay. There is one more important thing to understand: migration. What is migration? Migration is a mass movement. Mass means when large number of animal or large number of any kind of organism move from one place to another, it is called migration. To move from one place to another is called migration. So why do animals migrate? Mass movement of animals from one place to another is called migration. Why do they migrate? Why do they move from one place to another? Why do they need to change the place? To again adapt, to again survive harsh climatic conditions, and in search of food or for breeding purposes. Means the first reason is to just be protected from harsh climatic, either very harsh weather, hot weather, or from harsh cold weather. Then in search of food, because if food is not available in a particular area, they move from one place to another where the food is available. And then breeding purposes, means to give birth to their young ones. This is called migration. Many birds every year migrate from one place to another. Not even birds, animals also. The very big example is a bird, Arctic tern, makes the longest migration from Arctic Circle to Antarctic Circle and back to Arctic Circle. Means it comes from Arctic Circle to Antarctic Circle and then goes back to Arctic Circle. So it is the longest distance covered by a bird for migration or to survive. That is called Arctic tern. The bird name is Arctic tern. Siberian cranes are also one of the migratory birds which come India every winter for breeding. Breeding means to give birth to their young ones. Not only birds, fishes also. Fish like salmon spends most of its life in sea. It travels long distance to reach the river to lay eggs. Again for breeding, they come to river to lay their eggs. When the eggs hatch, the young salmon travels back to the sea. Means when the salmon fish comes out of the egg, they goes back to the sea again. Insects like locust and monarch butterfly, these are locust and monarch butterflies, also migrate for large distances. Now about locust, there was a news also in the month of June that they have arrived in north of India to spoil the whole farm or the crops. So these are harmful for the crops. They just destroy the whole crops. Nothing is left afterwards. So these are migratory insects. And monarch butterfly is also an insect because it has 6 legs. Okay kids?